We are wrestling with the G1 Climax 30, and we will be
And I,
doing a review, a
if,
preview, coverage, whatever you want to call
if, and for the record, I'm drinking tequila because shit has been right in the
Uh,
world.
See, I told you, James.
Shit has come back to except for the Sonata win, but everything else that Sonata win was out of his ass. But everything else has come back to right in this world.
And we'll be covering the sixth and the seventh. We haven't seen the eight yet because English commentary. It's a hell of a thing. Um, but let's get into B block action first. Hiroki Goto beat Toru Yano in 18 seconds with the Goto Shiki. Kaliko?
All is right in the world. All is right. But if anybody, like, I don't get it because I'd be thinking, like, if anybody would not fall for the Yano shit, wouldn't it be his own members of Chaos that wouldn't fall for that shit?
I mean,
Prime
you have a point
example,
there.
Hiroki Goto didn't fall for the shit. Just like, yo, let's get this shit out the way. Nip it in the butt.
Goto had
Literally and figuratively.
this
Nip it in
was
the butt.
the this was the shortest match in G1 history. 18 seconds. Your thoughts on that, Scooter?
I don't know if this was long enough to even have thoughts.
Well, there you go.
That means Hiroki Goto, title shot, king of pro wrestling.
You're actually right about that. If that's how that works. Uh,
See, you see how that works.
so Sonata defeated Zack Sabre Jr. in 14 minutes and 31 seconds with a rounding body press. It seems like Sonata has finally got his second win. Do you think it may be too late in the game?
The difference a week makes. Um, uh, I mean, considering it's really balanced, and a lot of those top guys still gotta face some stiff opponents. It's not all without possibility, but Sonata's gonna have to like pull it out of his ass. He's gonna every match kind of has to be like his elimination match, and that's where it's good in a sense that he's having that edge, but it's bad because he's putting that pressure on himself.
And ZSJ is at 2 wins, 3 losses, 4 points. More on the disappointing side for him? No? I mean,
And
compared to other years.
compared to other years, yes, but think of this year. We had Toru Yano and Taichi at the top of the standings, so I at this point, everyone's afforded a mulligan after last week.
But considering that you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, a 6-way tie. After the last B block night. You can't count anybody out at this point, except for maybe even maybe at this point you actually can't count out Kenta, and who we all thought probably was the dark horse. This time around.
I think the only two people that's technically all out of it is Yoshihashi and
Yujiro.
Yujiro.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
one more win for Kenta, and was right back in it with everybody else. There's a 4-way tie in Block A for number one, a 4-way tie for second in Block A. It's
Yeah.
the
Yep.
closest G1 ever.
It
It
really
is, and
is.
that's where I was thinking because last year, usually the G1, you would need about between 12 and 14 points to like actually be in, to actually even have a shot. I feel like this year it's going to be in that 10 to 12 because it's so like what he said. It's so fucking balanced, and it's so many matchups that we haven't even seen yet. And that's where I think that last night is going to be the last two nights are going to be the best nights because those are going to be where everything is just going to like I believe half the block will be eliminated. Like those blocks will be eliminated within the last two nights.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if at, at the end of this we have a multiple way tie and we end up having a tournament.
That could happen. I think, especially with the G1, with Wrestle Kingdom being two nights, I would not put that too far out the bubble.
I don't think
Like,
that's gonna
Like
happen because that's why they have um tiebreakers, so they don't have to go to a
but
tie.
um, I
that's
yeah,
true,
but
but
there's so
let's
many people tied that eventually it's going to get to a statistical, you know, definite
Nightmare.
probability that there may be more than four
yeah, it's
tied.
possible.
That's true.
And given the global situation, it might be in New Japan's best interest to stretch this out as much as possible. And you also have to remember there were plenty of years where the G1 was an actual was a tournament, single elimination instead of a round robin.
That's true, and you're absolutely right. They're stretching this out because they have two more tournaments coming up after the G1. Best of
The
the
tag,
Super
right?
Juniors
Usually the
and World Tag League,
World
interchanging
Tag League.
nights up until the 11th of December. So yeah,
Yep.
they want their they want their money this year.
Oh, they're gonna squeeze the hell out of it, boy. If you ain't got your New Japan subscription now, boy, it's gonna be on like Donkey Kong when them two run simultaneous.
Up next, we have Juice Robinson. He lost to Evil in 15 minutes and 35 seconds with Everything is Evil. Juice Robinson is at 3 wins, 2 losses. Evil's at 3 wins, 2 losses. And to be honest, this is the best Juice has ever looked in a G1.
Yeah, and you can make an argument like his two losses are uh, only the ace and evil to former champs who were at the top of the food chain at one point. Although evil was only there for like a cup of coffee, but I mean, yeah, it. I think this is probably his best record wise. I think last year personally was like the best as a character because he had a guy to look forward to beating his ass, and that's not there. So it's kind of like that's the only thing that keeping me from investing in Juice because last year it was basically he had a target on Mox the whole way, and and he won some because of it, and he lost some because of it, but it gave his story and his path a little more intrigue. This year, it's not really there, although this is his best wrestling G1.
What do you think about the Blues Brother gimmick he's been using?
Man, I I couldn't tell you, man. I, I honestly, he's
He's Juice
at,
Robinson.
he's Juice Robinson. I mean, hell, he was over here as CJ Parker as a say. He basically was like the Daniel Bryan save the planet gimmick before it got to Daniel Bryan. Think about that. So, so yeah, I mean, he's still trying to find it, but the wrestling skills there is just the character development with him. So
Then we have Yoshihashi losing to Tetsuya Naito with a Destino. Nobody didn't see that coming, especially Stevie Wonder.
yeah, whoop that bitch ass.
And that brings us to A block action. It's worth noting that Naito's at 8 points. Uh, and closest to 10. I mean, he got to the. He's getting. Let's face it. He's getting to 10 points before anybody else.
He is.
Yeah, he
Exactly.
is.
He's at 10. Yeah, he's at 10.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So
He's already at 10. Yeah.
I mean, it goes to show you how much of on his game he is.
but that also tells me that like him losing to Evil was the best thing that happened to him.
I think
Because
getting that
think
eye
about it.
surgery was the best thing that ever happened to him.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, just overall, from an overall standpoint,
Right.
it it kind of literally got him out of that lethargicness that he displays sometimes. Because sometimes you could tell if he takes a match seriously. Because if he comes out, if he's out there in a t-shirt,
He gets
he ain't taking
complacent.
that shit. He ain't taking that shit seriously. So that's how what I mean. So
Definitely.
that that's a good thing. It's a good thing that he's taking it serious.
Next up in A block action on the 7th, Tomohiro Ishii defeated Yujiro Takahashi. Um, Ishii is at 3 wins, 3 losses, 6 points. Yujiro's at 0 wins, 6 losses. I've never really felt bad for Yujiro ever in his career, but this is pretty bad that he hasn't got 1 win in the whole G1. Isn't it, Scooter?
Yeah. 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 And another.
No. No. He'll probably get one. He's due for one. Maybe it's against Taichi. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. Kazuchika Okada defeated Jeff Cobb in 11 minutes and 3 seconds with a pinfall. Okada's at 8 points. Cobb is at 4 points. And I could make the argument Kazuchika Okada is not the Rainmaker he used to be. I mean, if Jeff Cobb ever had an opportunity to beat Kazuchika Okada, it was here tonight in that match.
Yeah, but that's been Okada's like weakness his whole career though. Is that he has the ability to be a heads and shoulders above everybody, but he'll also have the ability to wrestle to a person's level and and kind of be lazy and kind of be you know uh run of the mill because he feels like he's gonna win because he shows up. Cocky is the word I'm looking for. He has a tendency to be cocky.
I don't know about that. It
Not
kind of
cocky in a heel sense, but cocky in the sense of his ability.
no. What I'm getting at is, that is the kind of exuberance Okada gives off. it kind of seems like he lost his confidence a little bit after losing, the KOP, after losing the New Japan Cup, after losing the Neville six-man championships, which he's never gone for before. It seems like he might actually have a little bit lack of confidence going into this G1.
You mean kind of like when Gato turned on him and he kind of had this whole balloon thing going, that type of deal?
He still had a presence about him when he lost his mania, as some people called it.
Uh, it kind of felt like he was running through the show though. I mean, it's kind of the same, but to me, yeah, career wise, I would say this would not like wrestling wise, this is not his greatest year, and especially considering that like because the way that he presents himself outside of New Japan is that like he's Japan's greatest import or export, right? Especially with the Olympics was coming and he was going to be one of the bigger guys, on that Olympic stage. So I could kind of see it like him not being to be that great statesman that he usually wants to be, and losing the Yano, shit, that'll do it to anybody. So yeah, I can see your point a little bit.
Speaking of great losses, Will
And then he
Ospreay.
started. Yeah, he did start. I was about to say he started out the year losing to Naito. So yeah, you got a point.
Will Ospreay defeated Minoru Suzuki with a Stormbreaker. Ospreay's at 8 points, Suzuki's at 6 points. I don't care who you say you want to talk about upsets. Will Ospreay defeating Minoru Suzuki is an upset.
Yep.
Yeah, considering he lightened the ass, yeah. It's almost like if Orange Cassidy had to beat Suzuki if they had that match that they were supposed to have in Tampa. I was so pissed about that. If that was ever a match I wanted to see, that would have been it. Like, I want to see how that one worked out.
Okay, Kaliko, you have the option. You want to see Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey and Charlotte, or do you want to see Orange Cassidy and Suzuki?
I already seen Becky and Ronda and Charlotte.
No, I mean you have to pick between seeing that match.
I vote for Becky versus Suzuki.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that would be better. That would be better. Becky versus Suzuki.
While pregnant.
Because I feel like Suzuki will put a butthole in her ass. And we saw what he did with Asuka, and that was Asuka just trying to get the rite of passage. So damn well he'll fucking break her ass off.
Speaking of rite of passage, Tai Chi lost to Jay White in 15 minutes, 16 seconds. Blade Runner. Tai Chi's at 6 points. Jay is at 8 points.
All is right in the world, and those two bastards get their ass put back down the bracket.
And
put down a peg where they belong.
Next up, Kota Ibushi lost to Shingo Takagi in 21 minutes and 56 seconds with a Last of the Dragon. Shingo Takagi denied Kota Ibushi 10 points. He stays at 8 points. Shingo Takagi at 6 points. Interesting booking deal. No, guys?
Not really. Because think about it. Takagi was like the guy before the pandemic. He was like the never open weight king up in that bitch. So it's not a surprise.
What about you, Scooter? Do you think Takagi has a chance of being up there with Okada and Ibushi?
No. And this is the luckiest Takagi will ever get.
Interesting. We are going to do some preview of the next couple nights. On October 10th is A Block action. Tomohiro Ishii versus Jeff Cobb. Who wins Scooter Dust?
Not Cobb.
Kaliko?
I was about to say, if there were ever a time for Cobb to get a win, this would be one of those. He already pulled 2 out of his ass. 3's not out the realm.
Next up, Jay White versus Yujiro Takahashi. On 3, Jay White. 1, 2, 3, Jay White.
Jay White might get his ass upset fucking around with this shit. He might. That's a might. It should be Jay White.
You have you're going with Dark Horse 2, Scooter?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going with the Dark Horse.
Will Ospreay versus Tai Chi. Who wins, Scooter?
Well, since everything went right, it's probably gonna go wrong again. So just to get Kaliko's goat, I'll say Tai Chi.
I was about to say Tai Chi too, because that looked like this looked like some shit he'll pull out.
You know, that's funny, because I was going to go with Tai Chi too. So maybe we're onto something here. Kota Ibushi versus Minoru Suzuki. Scooter, who wins?
You know, I'm not sure. This is really new school and old school New Japan coming together in this one specific match. And yeah, I think the safe bet is Kota.
I agree with that.
Coda, yeah, Coda, because he's gonna win because he's the defending G1, so they're always gonna put him somewhere up in the higher echelon. So I'm thinking Coda.
Shingo Takagi versus Kazuchika Okada.
Oh, Okada.
Scooter?
I'll say Okada as well, but I've got a sinking feeling.
That's been me basically the whole time. Taiki and Yoshi's been getting wins.
By next week, you could have a 7-way tie for first in each block. So I don't know what to think at this point. But
If that shit happens, yeah, we owe you one. We owe you some if that happens.
No, I actually agree with Scooter. I think Takagi could take this. If this was last year's Okada, no. But this year Okada, Shingo has a chance. And we are going into night, we're going on to October 11th, and that's B Block action. Yoshihashi versus Zack Sabre Jr. Do I even need to say anything?
Fuck Yoshi, Zack Sabre.
There you go. Kenta versus Yano. Scooter?
If there's a god, Kenta.
Kaliko?
Yes, Kenta.
I mean, you can basically flip a coin at this point when it comes to a Yano match. Juice
Why don't we
Robinson.
flip a baby instead? Better odds.
Juice Robinson versus Sonata. Who wins?
Time limit draw.
Interesting. Kalika?
Ooh, that Sonata. He needs it. Sonata.
Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Goto. Who wins, Scooter?
Goto.
Huh. Interesting.
Well, no, yeah, both tied. Oh God. Yeah, Tanahashi.
Kalika?
Tanahashi.
And to close out B block action on the 11th, Naito versus Evil.
Now, if the entire future of B block will depend on this match alone, because if Naito gets it, at that point, I think we could say, and actually, I think with one more win after that, Naito's got block B.
Being sewed up, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to say Evil.
What about you, Kaliko?
This is like the rubber match. I'm gonna say Evil just in the case that usually there's two people who gets title shots, and it would make sense. Sonata getting the title shot, he's gonna get his ass beat. But Evil being the one, if he gets the win, he gets another shot, crack at those titles. So yeah, it's gotta be Evil.
And we are going on to the 13th. Will Ospreay versus Jeff Cobb. This is A block action. Who wins? Scooter.
Yeah, Ospreay.
Yeah. Kalika?
Ospreay. Guess we all going Ospreay.
Ibushi versus Yujiro. Do I even need to ask?
No.
Just say no. Next.
Takagi versus Taichi. Scooter.
Oh God. There's gonna be a time limit draw eventually in one of these matches. They did a time limit.
One.
They did a time limit draw with the pre-show match with the same four superstars over and over again. God. Yeah, Taichi.
Kaliko.
Takage, because fuck Taichi.
Minoru Suzuki versus Jay White. Scooter. Who wins?
Hello, didn't no one see me come in?
Oh.
Oh no, what did you do?
It's all good, dude. Who cares?
Welcome to the show, Mitch.
I care, Mitch. I care.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. But I just got here, yeah.
I'll go with Suzuki.
You know what? I was thinking that too. What about you, Kaliko?
This one. Jay White, because I feel like Jay White's going to get the block. Jay White.
Mitch, who wins the match? Okada or Ishii?
Do I really have to answer that? Like, Who I think will
Yeah,
win,
we don't.
or
Yeah,
who
we
I
don't have
think
to.
they'll
Yeah,
go with,
yeah, yeah.
or
They,
who I
no. That you shouldn't
Okada, of
have to.
course. If they're doing joke shit, then Ishii.
Scooter, agree, disagree?
I'm gonna say Ishii.
Hmm.
Oh, based on scores alone.
That's what makes it ridiculous, though.
And what say you, Kaliko?
Okada at his worst is better than Ishii at his best.
Then we're on to October 14th. We are B block action once again. Yoshihashi versus Kenta. Don't need to say anything about that. Just
Fuck
Robinson.
Yoshi, Kenta. I'm gonna say fuck Yoshi in every match.
This is an interesting match. Juice Robinson versus Zack Sabre Jr. Who do you think will win, Mitch?
Zack Sabre Jr.
What about you, Scooter?
I don't know if it will matter at that point.
Well,
But
a lot of the matches after, everything is determined is kind of just for pride and saying that you
yeah,
ranked high in points.
yeah. So you know what? Yeah, ZSJ.
What about you, Kaliko?
ZSJ. Because this looked like some shit Juice would get caught up in.
And I would agree with all of you, but I actually think Juice might have an opportunity to win this. I don't know why, but I think he will. Next up, Mitch, who will win? Toru Yano or Tetsuya Naito?
Another one where it's like obvious in my mind, but
Yano beat Naito last year in the G1.
yeah, and that should be blasphemy. I'm just saying. But absolutely, it should be Naito. But I'm not surprised at this point. Like, whatever, dude. But I would never do that if I was a booker.
What about you, Scooter? Who wins?
Oh, at this when this match happens, we will know if Naito's got the block wrapped up.
Mm-hmm.
So
He should.
I mean, yeah, it is a no-brainer, but given everything that's been thrown at us, I wouldn't be surprised if somehow Yano came out with the victory.
I said nothing would shock me at this point, but I think that would be a really stupid thing to do, in my opinion, to have Yano go over Naito.
What about you, Kaliko? Naito, Yano.
My mind is saying Naito, but the king of pro wrestling, the king of pro wrestling, it should be Naito. But Yano, I feel like Yano, because he'll have it sewed up and he probably won't care, and that hurts to say because Yano beat him before, so it ain't like it ain't out of the ass.
Right. Hiroki Goto versus Evil. Who wins, Mitch?
Another one where I think it's a no-brainer. Evil should win this, but I wouldn't be surprised
I
if
think
they
you
have
might be
Goto
right
win.
about this one, Mitch. What about you, Scooter?
Yeah, it's evil.
But at this point, with what we've seen, I wouldn't be fucking shocked to see anyone go over someone like Evil, at this point.
You want to finish this off, Kaliko?
Evil.
That brings us to our last match on the 14th. Tanahashi versus Sanada. Who wins, Mitch?
Say say that again. I'm sorry.
Tanahashi versus Sonata.
Ooh. Okay, I want Sonata to win, but they've been taking a creamy fucking shit all over him. So I think Tanahashi, because he's been the golden boy for years, anyways, before NJPW got popular
So you're going with Tana.
back in the early 2000s. Man.
What about you, Scooter?
Yeah, Tanahashi.
What about you, Kaliko?
Go S.
You know, I think this might be a Sonata win. But that's just me.
After
I
all
hope
they've
so,
done
but
to him, they buried the fuck out of him.
They've been dicking Sonata so bad. So
They buried
what's
the
further?
fuck out of him. Why do you think this is gonna change all of a sudden now?
I mean, he's won his last two matches.
He did
Oh
beat
wow!
Naito,
After them wiping their ass with him completely.
Yeah, he did beat Naito, but it's like we'll give you that one after we run your ass.
Wait, they had him beat Naito after all that? Fuck them!
Yes.
Fuck them!
Yeah.
This booking is so ass fucking backwards, dude.
I told
Oh
you.
my god!
See, I ain't the only one disappointed.
Let's take all the fucking energy and push that we got out of Naito out by having the worst guy in the fucking bracket beat him. Oh, that's smart. Fucking idiots.
I mean, with 14 people.
But give him a win over someone else. It doesn't have to be the fucking top guy in the fucking bracket. That takes away all the fucking, like, all of the, like, legitimacy, in my opinion.
See, right now, Mitch is being like my spirit animal. Like, right now. Right now. Let it fly, Mitch. Let it fly. He's got to be a peacock. You got to let him fly on this one.
Oh, cool. I'm flying, baby.
October 16th, we are on A Block action. Kota Ibushi versus Tai Chi. Who wins Rich Mayhem?
Taichi versus Bushi? Okay, another fucking. I won't be surprised with fucking Taichi winning, but I want Ibushi to win. So, again.
What about you, Scooter?
I think finally it's definite for Kota.
Yeah, at this point, I'm not saying anything's definite. Fuck.
Kaliko?
It's not definite that we take a shit. Jesus.
Ibushi, because he's going to be in the top 2 or 3 of the block, but I don't think he wins.
Yeah, if they want to proceed with the storyline that they've been going down, I think they kind of have to have him versus Naito.
Yeah, if they were going down the storyline, usually the defending champ would be
right
in the top 2 and he would advance. So I expect him to make it.
I'm saying maybe Ibushi and Naito. Yeah. Are they in the same bracket or?
No.
Okay,
no,
then Ibushi and Naito.
Bracket.
That sounds about right. Maybe.
Jeff Cobb versus Yujiro Takahashi. Don't really need to say anything more about that.
I expect this to be Yujiro's first and only win.
I mean, yeah, on the last day, right?
Yep.
It would be. The sentimental garbage time.
I wouldn't give him a single damn win, dude. No soup for you.
Alright, now this is where things get interesting. Kazuchika Okada versus Will Ospreay. Who wins Mitch?
Go my fucking boy Will Ospreay, baby. I told you he's gonna go far in this tournament. The Rainmaker Okada, I thought it was gonna be Okada and Naito in the finals. They're shitting on Okada too. So I think Ospreay is gonna pull out a big win.
What about you, Scooter?
Okada.
Normally I would say that too, but this is not a normal situation.
Kaliko?
Rainmaker.
Okay, I'll see.
And I'm going to maybe go the controversial route, and I'm going to say this goes to a draw.
Of course, you pulled a draw out of your ass now.
Well, that draw is going to prevent Okada from winning the whole tournament, in my
Oh,
opinion.
so he came back after them shitting on him?
Oh,
In the beginning of the tournament, he was like completely. He didn't win a match for a while.
well, I mean, he lost to Kota Ibushi and Jay White. Those aren't exactly
Early on,
dominations.
right? Like 1-2. If I remember right, it was in the beginning of the tournament. So it seemed like he got like one after the other, like real quick, and he seemed down and out before the rest of the matches went on. But yeah. Okay, well then that might fuck. I might go with Okada then if he's in the chase. I'm gonna go with Okada. I thought he was out of it.
And Tomohiro Ishii versus Jay White. Who wins, Mitch?
Say again, who versus Jay White? I'm sorry,
Ishii.
dude. I can't fucking see Ishii like legitimately winning unless it's up to NJPW booking. I would book Jay White to win.
Scooter?
That's why I think Jay White will be top 2, but go for it.
I would even give Jay White that one.
Scooter?
Yeah, Jay White.
Kalika?
White?
Okay. Last match, Shingo Takagi versus Minoru Suzuki. I mean, it has to be Takagi, right, Mitch?
Yes, Takagi. There's mine.
Takagi versus Suzuki?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's tough actually. Takagi, why not?
Scooter? Join the bandwagon?
Yeah, Takagi.
That brings us to the final night of B Block action, October 17th. Tanahashi versus Zack Sabre Jr. Mitch, who wins?
Zack Sabre Jr. I think Sabre Jr. and Will Ospreay are gonna go far in this tournament and like be the standouts. So
Scooter?
Yeah, ZSJ.
Galika?
VSJ's beat him before, so yeah.
Juice Robinson.
not saying much in this climate, man.
Juice Robinson versus Hiroki Goto. Who wins? Mitch.
Juice.
Scooter?
Yeah, Juice.
Galika, you want to join the bandwagon?
Yeah, I might as well drink the juice too.
And that brings us to our next match. What do we do to Yoshi, Kaliko?
Fuck Yoshi.
There you go. Naito.
We gotta get a gif of like a dildo going in Mario of Yoshi, the Yoshi Mario.
Hey, now that's just poor taste.
If not to be confused with Yoshi from Mario.
Yeah,
fuck
fuck
Yoshi from
Yoshi.
Mario. Fuck Yoshi hockey.
Tetsuya Naito versus Kenta. Mitch, who wins?
I think that'll be a standout match. Naito versus Kenta. Oh shit! I think that'll be a standout match. Naito wins for. Well, wait. How many has he lost yet? Hold on.
Naito
How many-
has only lost one.
Who, Naito?
Yeah.
Yeah, Naito's been on.
How many has Kenta lost?
Huh?
Kenta is only at 4 points, so he's only won 2. Lost 3.
Yeah, 2 and 3.
Does Naito need this one to go to the finals?
Not at this point.
I
If he
think
went for-
he'll have it wrapped
If
up.
he
by
doesn't
then.
need this one, I think they'll give the other guy the win. So I blanked on the name.
Kenta?
Naito versus
Kenta.
Kenta. Yes, Kenta. I think Kenta will maybe get a spoil victory if Naito doesn't need it. If somehow Naito needs that win to go forward to the finals, then Naito.
What say you, Scooter?
I'm gonna invoke the time limit draw here.
Oh, okay, I can see
Alright,
that.
I know.
That's okay.
And Kaliko?
I don't like doing that personally.
I usually don't, but that one might be a draw.
I like clean finishes.
And
Well,
I
not clean,
think
just not that dirt. Yeah, you know what I mean.
in the last match, Sonata versus Evil.
Who versus Evil? Sonata?
Sonata. Mitch, who wins?
Wow. Evil.
Scooter?
Sonata.
I wanted him to go far, but
Kaliko?
Sonata. I mean, they fought before, so I'm gonna go with Sonata. If ever he needed some wins,
I
at least
know.
against the
But
XLIJ dudes. Jesus.
I think so. I think Sonata kind of has to win because
yeah, that's
Evil
what I
was
thought
his
a few
old
matches
tag
ago.
team partner, and he hasn't got that revenge on Evil yet. That maybe Naito did.
We'll see. They've been treating Sonata like shit, dude.
It's came around in the last couple weeks.
He's been out of it since the first few matches, dude.
Well, that
He was
concludes
buried right away.
all of our coverage of the G1. By the time, I think we have 2 more weeks where we could review everything that we've talked about so far, and then the week after that will be the finals, and the G1 will be in the history books once again. Till then, we will conclude the show. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, and comment both on YouTube and Castbox. And if you want to join in the conversation, we are always ready to talk about wrestling on Twitter. You can find me at JamesJ993. Where can they find Kaliko Yachts?
I'm Kaliko Yachts official new homeowner, baby! Woo, woo.
Nice, dude.
Where can they find Mitch if Mitch Mayhem tweeted?
Leave me alone. Get off my lawn. If you want to get a hold of me, I guess. If you want to, Mitch Mayhem X.
Sound a little bit more enthusiastic about it, Mitch.
I'm not. I'm just being real. You want me to be a fucking fake and be like, oh, you want to catch me on Twitter? Twitter sucks. Fuck it.
And where can they find Scooter Dust?
At Scooter Dust and at Mike Pence Fly. No, at UNBS Wrestling.
Mike Pence fly. That's if he ain't got the Rona.
For Kaliko Yachts, Mitch Mayhem, Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling What? The show has gone way too long. Entertainment.
The coronavirus is China's fault.